Hey everyone, it's Natalie. I'm back again today. Talk a little bit more about narcissistic in-laws, particularly your narcissistic mother-in-law. The reason why I'm doing another video on this is because I get more emails and comments on the narcissistic in-law than I do any other of my videos. Some of my emails that I've been getting have been asking me why and how I went no contact. A lot of these people are dealing with guilt. When they want to go no contact, they are feeling guilty inside because they are fearful of the unknown. They know the known is not working for them, but the unknown to them is scary. And the sad part about that is that you feel like you are stuck. Like you are in a position where you don't want to hurt your husband's feelings. You don't want to destroy the family dynamic, even though that family dynamic is toxic. You are stuck in a position where if you make that decision to go no contact with your in-laws, that you are going to be hated on. That people are going to come out of the woodwork and not support your decision because they don't know what you have went through. And as many times as you try to call out for help and tell these people, like, this is happening to me, I feel terrible, they make me feel like crap, they're not accepting. No matter how many times you tell these people this, for whatever reason, you feel like they're on the narcissist side. Well, she loves her son. She wants you to have a perfect life. She just is doing the best she can to guide you in a parental direction. And it's like, no, stop there. That's not what's happening here. What's happening here is somebody being intentionally cruel, demeaning, judgmental, disrespectful, dismissive, dominating, authoritarian, disagreeable. I mean, like, the list goes on of how you feel about what's really going on in this situation. Like, they don't know the truth. And so that unknown of what is going to happen to you after you cut contact is scary. It's scary to anyone. And I can tell you it took me 18 years to finally say, this lady, my mother-in-law, told my husband in 4 years, 5 times to divorce me after letting her back in, or actually she allowed us back in her life after we had our son. But it took me 18 years to finally say no more. But it took her 4 years and 5 times in 4 years to tell my husband to divorce me, and I stayed quiet. No matter how many times my husband came home with tears in his eyes, no matter how many times she degraded me and disrespected me, no matter how many times she ran over my toes, I sat quiet. And the crazy thing about all this is through that time, it's like I knew better to say anything to anyone besides my immediate family, which was my mother, my father, and my brothers, and my godmom. They train you in a way, they manipulate you in a way, and abuse you in a way where you know better. It's not a spoken word, but you know better than to go and tell anybody about the treatment the way they have treated you throughout the years. So you stay silent, you stay quiet, and you're confused, and you're depressed, and you feel abandoned, and you cry, and you could even feel suicidal by the way that these people treat you. And you don't know what to do. You are stuck. You're stuck. And it's eating you up inside, knowing that the decision that you have to make by going no contact is filling you with guilt to the point that you keep sitting silently and you keep getting abused and you're suffering in silence. That's not fair. All I ever wanted, just like the people that reached out to me, all you ever want is acceptance, reassurance, love. You want them to be loyal to you, like you're loyal to them through this abuse. But you never get it. And no matter how many times you tell your husband, his hands are tied. Because in one direction, he's been treated like that his whole life, so he doesn't see a problem with it. But in the other direction, you don't want to, break your husband's heart by breaking up his family. So you're like, your husband's stuck because he's like, I don't want to break up my family. And then you're like, well, I don't want to be abused. Right? So what do? Well, you have to start loving yourself. You have to start caring about yourself. You have to start respecting yourself. You have to know that you have to be the noble one in this situation. You have to be the one that finally says, I love myself so much that I will no longer stand for this abuse. That I know that I'm a good person. Have I made mistakes in the past? Have I done things to upset people? Of course, everybody has. But you can't allow that guilt to override the respect that you have for yourself, the dignity that you have for yourself, because that is going away. That is fading away into your consciousness. Your respect is dying. Your love is dying for yourself. Everything that makes you an individual, everyone special, a special person, is gone. So then you go along in life moping around, being abused, being depressed, being suicidal, feeling alone. But you have to take a stand. You have to say, enough is enough. There's not going to be any more of this disrespect, any more of this abuse. I'm going to protect myself. My mother-in-law or father-in-law isn't protecting me. Your husband may not be protecting you. Your children, more than likely, aren't protecting you. So who's going to protect you? You are. And that's when you stand up, you wipe your hands clean of the situation, and you say, I'm sorry to have to do this, but you have caused me I have no other choice but to do this. And from now on, I'm not giving you the opportunity to abuse me. From now on, I will keep you at arm's length. And if I need you, I'll reach out. But you will no longer be in my presence. You will no longer have me where you want me. I'm taking my life back. This is my life. I deserve to be respected and admired and loved and welcomed. And, just everything that you've been craving for years. You deserve that. And it doesn't matter what my story is. What is your story? Think about it. What is your story? That's the most important thing. Don't worry about what I've done and how I went about doing it. Stand up for you. Stand up for what's right in life, for what's right in the situation, the circumstance that you're living in. You know it's not right how you're being treated. So don't tolerate it anymore. You have to say, I'm going no contact, or maybe you're going very low contact. There's not going to be holidays celebrated together anymore. There's not going to be vacations together. My children will not be around you unsupervised. If you're lucky, I let them around you. You will no longer come to my house. I will no longer come to your house. You will no longer have the opportunity in any situation in my life to abuse me ever again. So this day moving forward, I am setting a strict boundary with you. And if you cross that boundary, there will be consequences to pay. And that boundary is stay out of my life. And you will notice after you set this boundary and you don't let these, because narcissists cross boundaries. And us abused people allow them to. We allow them to cross these boundaries. That's why they keep doing it. But you are going to lay a new foundation, a new boundary with this person, saying, you cross that line, I dare you. This is a new and approved me. The old person that you knew is no longer there. I am that butterfly that came out of that cocoon. You shamed me and embarrassed me long enough. This is my life, and I'm taking it back. And you move forward in your life with that respect and dignity. And I've made other videos about how to support your husband during this time, because he's going to go through a lot of emotions like you. And matter of fact, when that initial no contact happens, for months, you're going to be guilty. You're going to feel the most horrific guilt you have ever felt in your life. And you're going to have this hamster wheel in your head constantly going, because you're trying to reassure yourself if you're doing the right thing. So that hamster wheel is spinning and it's saying, maybe I'm taking this too far. Well, maybe I took the thing she said the wrong way. Maybe it wasn't disrespect. Maybe it's just maybes. But when that hamster wheel starts to calm down and you start to see more clearly and you start to really think about the things that have happened in the past, it's going to anger you, is what it's going to do after the guilt has worn off. It's going to anger you. And you're going to sit there and you're going to be like, how did I let this person do this to me? She did this and that. How come that one time she did this wasn't enough? How come I didn't put my foot down then? Because you have like a garbage bag of bull crap that they've done to you sitting in the trash can, reminding you that you need to take out that trash. That you need that, like that trash that's sitting there in front of you. You're like, how did I let that garbage happen to me? And I use the trash analogy because that anger with the crap in the trash, you eventually need to take the trash out. Like you eventually are going to have to take that trash out. And it's very important to take that trash out, because if not, you're just going to stew on it and remember it. And it's okay to remember, because then it keeps you strong in that no contact. Then you're going to be like, oh, that is why I'm not folding. But you don't want to stay angry, right? So you're feeling guilty, then you're feeling angry, then you're feeling sad that you allowed this to happen. You're feeling sad that you're breaking up a home. You're feeling sad that your husband is no longer in contact, or your children are no longer in contact with these people. And you're going to mope around. You're going to probably be depressed for a little bit. But the thing is, after the guilt and the anger and the sadness wears off, you start to blossom into the person you were before you met your narcissist. You're going to go back to the person that you are. Because the thing is with a narcissist is they take who you are and try to mold you like clay into the person they want you to be. And no matter how much they mold you, it's never good enough. So you are going to start feeling freeing. You're going to start feeling self-love. All that self-pity and all this stuff is going to go away. You're going to find new hobbies. You're going to be more adventurous. You're just going to turn into the individual that has been suppressed. That's what's going to happen. But trust me when I tell you, it's going to be hard the first few months. And what I can tell you is do not cave, because when you finally put your foot down and go no contact with your narcissist, the worst thing you can do is have that guilt get you back into contact with your narcissist. Because once you go no contact with the narcissist, no matter what they say or do, trying to get you back, if you go back into contact with them, they have it out for vengeance for you. They are going to show it up in your face. And it is going to probably be one of the worst abuse that you've had, because how dare you go no contact with the narcissist? How dare you? They're going to be loving and caring and kind. You might even get a false apology. But remember, they have a mask. And when that mask comes off, they have a few masks, right? They wear a mask to protect themselves of who they truly are inside. But when the mask of being nice and polite and caring and loving comes off, that ugly mask, the one that's hiding in front of the nice mask, is going to come off, and you are going to get it. They are going to have it out for you. So don't fold. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be tough. Rely on friends that you know you can trust. Rely on family members that you know you can trust. Reach out to me at goodintentionslifecoaching@yahoo.com. Talk to people. Get into support groups. There are so many narcissistic mother-in-law support groups, or toxic in-law support groups, or narcissistic, abuse support groups out there. Just go on Google. You'll find them. So, get the support you need to stay strong. That's what I can tell you. I thought this video was going to be on something else. I have all my notes here, but I went off, on what, just the whole situation with going no contact with your narcissistic in-law. But I'll make a second video after this one about the things I wrote down. But, you're deserving. You are deserving. Yeah, you. I'm your friend. Reach out to me. I will support you. I will talk to you. Don't ever feel like you're alone in this situation by going no contact. Stay strong. Have that shiny spine, girls or men. Have that shiny spine. And I think the reason why people eventually get shiny spines is because the spine they had before wasn't working. So they finally just say that, if that's not working, well, then I'm going to stick up for myself and speak out about what's going on and how it makes me feel. And when you get that shiny spine, it's like a floodgate of shininess, if that makes sense, because now you're like, oh, don't mess with me, but you got to kind of tame it down. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching my videos. If you like, thumbs up, subscribe. I really want to help people in this situation, because I know when I was in your situation, I didn't have anybody. I had nobody. And I think that's the reason why it took me 18 years to finally throw my hands up and, you know, say no more. Yeah, I had my mom, who has told me the whole time to go no contact, but I was trying to please the monster, trying to get the acceptance. That acceptance will never come. They have an agenda. That agenda is going to be met unless you go no contact or low contact. I don't even suggest low contact, because that's how they weasel their way back into your life. And they do it very slowly. You know, what they're doing is being manipulative. So you say, you know, you're having your distance. But trust me, they know how to play this game of chess. So I just suggest go no contact. But everyone can do their own thing. Maybe it doesn't work for you. I understand it. Anyway, enough of that. Peace, love, harmony. Oh my God, I can't talk, guys. Peace, love, and harmony. I'll make another video. Bye, guys.